This presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, Dr. Jeffrey Halstead, EMD, DeSanto Propane, Generations Bank, Little John and Barbie Orthodontics, and Sally Miller.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome into FingerLakes1.com's live coverage of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball, coming to you guys live from Palmyra, Macedon for Finger Lakes East girls action in conjunction with the Palmac Athletics YouTube channel for Mynderse Academy and Palmac, the two top teams in the Finger Lakes East standings. Paul Russo here, joined by David Premislavsky. David, good to be in the booth with you today, and we have a really great one. Two teams that have already faced off this season, so we begin the back end of that whip-around process of league play. And like I said, two of the top teams, in fact, the two top teams in the Finger Lakes East standings.
Yeah, exactly as you talked about. Last time they played, Palmac was by far the better team, coming out on top by 25 points. But like you said, two top teams in the Finger Lakes East. Mynderse thinks they have something to prove, and they're going to come out fighting, hoping to upset Palmac on their own court. Now,
both these teams have been on quite the little winning streaks of their own so far in the 2024 portion of the season. But for Palmac, David, it goes a bit deeper than that, all the way back to December for them. And they're being led along the way by Taryn Goodness.
Absolutely. Everything on Palmac runs through Taryn Goodness. She can do just about everything. She's their leading scorer. She's averaging nearly 4 steals a game. When you think Palmac, everything starts with her, and you know Mynderse is trying to game plan to stop her and force someone else to take the lead for Palmac.
Of course, Taryn not the only Palmac player to be making a key impact both on the court and in the stat book. Go a little bit deeper than that. Julia Bellinger chipped in for 11 last game, and I know from past broadcasts up here, she's turned herself into quite the helping scoring hand as well for this team.
Absolutely. You do not want to let Julia Bellinger get hot from beyond the arc. She can really let it fly. And last game versus Newark, Palmac squeaked out a 1-point win, and she was a big reason why.
Of course, I have to mention Mariana Hodgins as well, who I think probably is going to be a bit of a key piece in this game for a Mynderse team on their end, a bit light on the depth role and size role tonight. Mariana probably, in my mind, in my opinion, might be feasting a little bit this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Hodgins has developed herself into one of the better centers in the Finger Lakes, and she can really go off down low. She averages, I believe, a double-double, so Mynderse will have to stop her.
Now let's transition over to the Mynderse side of things. Mentioned they're on a little bit of a winning streak of their own. They got 3. To quote Major League 2, once you get to 3, that's a winning streak. So the Blue Devils on their own doing just that, and currently the past couple games being led along the way by a couple underclassmen. We'll begin with Peyton Verkey on that end.
Yeah, Peyton Verkey, she was their leading scorer last game. They got, I believe, a 2-point win against a very good Waterloo team at home. So Mynderse pretty hot right now, coming off a winning streak, so they'll look to get a nice upset.
Of course, Shoreline Way, not to mention the other underclassmen in that portion, Chelsea Korzaneski.
Yeah, she was their second leading scorer with 16. She'll have to step up big if Mynderse wants to get a win.
Then Laura McDermott chipped in with 11 of her own in that Waterloo game, one of the senior leaders of this team. Be hearing a little bit more about her throughout the broadcast. I know when we were in Mynderse Finger Lakes One broadcast, we had her over at the table post-game a few weeks ago, and she's been one of the leading scorers. We say when we get those stats in at the end of the night, she's simply on that list, guaranteed. So, other look around here, I've mentioned for Palmac, winning streak of 7. The only loss, you have to go back to that Hornell game. And that's a pretty key one. Hornell's always on the top end of Class B, but for Palmac, obviously in Class A, don't have to really worry about them the rest of the way on the Mynderse side of things. Their last loss came against a very good Dundee Bradford team down in Class C in the Finger Lakes West, where I tell you what, we've been keeping an eye on them, and I don't know, Dave, if you've seen much about them, but they've got a 3-headed monster among players down there. It's kind of nuts for the Brave Scots. So, take a look back. As I mentioned, though, these teams squared off for the first game of the season for both teams down in Mynderse on December 8th. Palmac 62, Mynderse 37. Taryn Goodness led the way with 23 for Palmac. And Chelsea Korzaneski, or Lauren McDermott rather, with 13 for the Blue Devils. What, in your mind, David, could you see in this game from that game leading over for both sides in this contest?
With Pelmac, I think they are at their best when they're getting out early and they're getting shots up. They got a lot of players, Karen Goodness, Georgia Worth, Julie Bellinger, who can really let it fly. Thing with them, though, is once you slow them down, they're not weak either. As we talked about, Mariana Hodgins can be really dominant down low, so they'll have a lot of options going forward. And if you're Minders, you just have to have balanced scoring, and you have to get hot from beyond the arc. As you saw last time, Pelmac beat them pretty handily, so Minders has to have a huge offensive day if they want to stay in this game.
Definitely agree with you there. It's for Minders, you know, it's pretty tight between points allowed and points for, and typically when they get up by a ton, they win by a lot, and they keep it that way. But, you know, Pelmac very similar, if not greater in that regard. Their average margin of victory, 22 points. Nuts.
Yeah, very impressive. Pelmac, as you said, they're up in Class A this year, so they need as many wins to get a high seed in a home game for their first sectional game. That will help them a lot.
Yeah, for sure. So both teams retreat back to their bench. We're a couple moments away here from the rest of the pregame festivities getting underway. Paul Russo and David Premislavsky here with you on FingerLakes1.com and the Pelmac Athletics YouTube channel. Happy you could be spending your Friday night with us here tonight. Hopefully staying inside as the winter weather kind of circulates a little bit here. I know for some people around here, they're thrilled about that. Me, not so much. I'm more of a sun person. So this time we'll pause for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming at the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, let's get down to our starting lineups here, about to be announced. Obviously being with the visiting Mynderse Academy Blue Devils.
Number 4, senior, Lauren McDermott.
Chelsea Korzaneski and Lauren McDermott, first two, and Maddie Verkey joining them.
Number 10, sophomore, Peyton Berkey.
Peyton Verkey as well, and then Sophie Palladino. So a nice little combo for Minders of underclassmen meeting upperclassmen, and we'll have a lot of family ties on that Minders team as well tonight.
Now, starters for home team, Pelmac Red Raiders. Number 3, junior, Elise Cole.
And for Pelmac, at least Tome gets it going, the guard.
Sophomore, Julia Bellinger. Number 12, junior, Karen Goodness. Number 20, sophomore, Georgia Worth. Number 24, senior, Mariana Hodgins.
You know, much like Minders, Pelmac, nice little combo as well. Juniors, seniors, sophomores. Nice little combo. It's always good when you have talent spread out throughout the program, I'd say.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It gets your program set for a couple of years, and then you can develop your players along the way.
So both teams are pretty much ready to go. Pelmac taking their final time in the huddle. May Verkey will be taking the tip for Minders. And then I would imagine we'll see, go do the speculation part of it here. Mariana Hodgins taking the jump.
Yeah, I'd assume it'll be her.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Pelmac in some last minute instructions from Coach Dan Harris. Minders are ready to go. Nice little crowd who was able to get out tonight, braving the elements, like I said. And there we go. So we'll be Hodgins and Verkey taking the tip at center court. Players are ready, booth is ready, refs are ready. Ball's in the air and we're underway, and Pelmac will control it with Georgia Worth. Shows a Bellinger here at the top of the key, hands off for Goodness. Mynderse 2-3 zone. Down into Hodgins, nice little baby hook around, no good, and rebound brought in by McDermott. And it looked like for a moment we'd see Palmack maybe in that full court pressure we're accustomed to seeing him into, but they'll fall back into a half court defense, man to man. And Mynderse was in the action here, Verke to Verke, Payton with it, top of the key. Korzaneski dumps it back in, nice little give and go with Payton, and it's going to be in.
A beautiful offensive set there from Mynderse, getting the man defense moving early. They got the easy layup.
Tome controlling the pace here for Palmack on this one. She'll go to Hodgins. Now back to Goodness, man-to-man for Mynderse on this possession, and we'll have our first foul of the game. And it will be Sophie Palladino picking up the foul, her first, team's first of the quarter. Bellinger taking the inbound baseline. Oh, wide open. Georgia Worth on the block, and it's in.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there by Mynderse, and Worth makes them pay.
Here we go. Full court pressure that we're accustomed to seeing out of Palmack here, but Mynderse will be able to break it. Payton back over to Chelsea Korzaneski, laying a bit too hard and no good, and brought in by Worth. Rushing back here on defense, the Blue Devils, and they'll be able to cut the Red Raider offense off at the pass, and now they'll get to work running their offensive set with Goodness. Tries to go through left side of the lane, but won't be able to. Finds a cutting Georgia Worth. Her runner, and no good. Ball tipped around. Hodgins' second chance. No good either. Ball tipped around, and a third time though for Palmack. Tome three-pointer launch. No good either. Ball tipped around, and no fourth chance. Mynderse comes away with it. Here comes Korzaneski running point on this possession. As it now swings, and miscommunication there of sorts. Football league covered a miscommunication of a rub route, so Palmack coming the other way. Tome bringing up once again on offense, floor generaling it. She'll be met by Korzaneski, man-to-man, so for Mynderse in defense. Hodgins down into Worth. Worth now turns, faces the basket. Runner no good, and rebound McDermott. Swings over Korzaneski, and lowest scoring affair so far to get things going. More defense and offense. Paul poked, and here comes Goodness the other way though. She'll go coast to coast with it and in.
A huge basket for Palmack, because their set offense was really stagnant for the first couple minutes there.
And their defense almost able to get poked away, and now they do, as Maddie Verke was bringing it up for Mynderse, and Georgia Worth will bring it back the other way for Palmack. Swings it for Bellinger now. Tome, three-pointer on the way, no good. Second chance, Hodgins, no good. Third chance blocked from behind. And we're going to have a foul, as Hodgins will go to the line. There we have Maddie Verke with the foul. We have an injured Blue Devil, looks like Sophie Palladino.
You see Hodgins already asserting her presence down low. She's got few rebounds, few tips to keep the possession alive, and now she'll go to the line, look to get her first points of the game.
Yeah, it was. So Maddie Verke collects her first personal, team second on the quarter. And Palladino will be, she's up on her feet on her own, but she's going to need some help. And we'll have a substitution coming in for Mynderse. And it will be the freshman, Daniel McDermott. So Mynderse will have to go small ball here than they already have been out on the floor. Hodgins with it, ready for her first. And rattles off, no good. So remains 4-2 for the time being. Hodgins with her second now, rattles around and in. Hodgins gets on the board for the first time tonight. And here comes Palmack, full court pressure in that zone. And Korzaneski with it now, and she'll be able to kind of break it. Doesn't quite, and it's going to be a turnover. Worth with it. Nice little skip pass up, right idea. But intercepted there, Payton Verke. Here comes Mynderse back the other way now. Korzaneski running point, and passed it into Verke, and that intercepted. Georgia Worth. Hard working defense tonight by number 20. She brings it down in, floater no good. We'll call it a pass to Hodgins. Her shot no good, rebound Goodness, and we'll have a foul. And survey says Chelsea Korzaneski. It'll be her first and team's third on the quarter. 5-2, Palmac up over Mynderse, 4:42 to go in the first quarter. Inbounder Bellinger. And thought about going to Hodgins, instead goes to Worth in a bit of a double team, but Worth able to come away with it, finds a cutting goodness, and she'll have to go away and chase it. Dumps it, Bellinger three-pointer, no good. Rebound Hodgins, power dribble. And back out, reset Tolman, fresh shot clock for the Red Raiders. Worth, long distance three dialed up and no good. And ball tipped around and rebound Mynderse. So points few and far between at the moment here as McDermott has it. Lauren, that is, skips over to Peyton Verkey. She'll launch a three-pointer and good. Peyton Verkey, all 5 points for Mynderse so far tonight, tied up. Tome controlling point once again for Palmac. Leaves it for Worth. Mynderse in a 2-3 zone now. This possession dumps in for a cutting Hodgins. Nice little turn and laying up, no good, and she'll get charged with the travel.
And Mynderse occasionally switching up their defensive side. It's worked so far, held Palmac to 5 points, only 2 field goals.
One of our first Palmac substitution of the night. Georgia Worth checks out. Freshman Shelby Gear comes in. Now Palmac will run a little bit of their own small ball of sorts as they go into full court pressure. Here go loose. Lauren McDermott found by Chelsea Korzaneski, laying no good, and rebound Hodgins.
I know the layup was missed, but Mynderse has had a few really nice passes where Palmac's just been overplaying and they've snuck behind.
We'll have to make the easy ones low. We can't leave opportunities like that, in my opinion, for this game. As Gear will run the offense. 2-3 zone again by Mynderse here. Goodness and Gear playing a little pitch and catch. Back into Goodness at the free throw line. A little turnaround jumper after corralling, getting no good, and she gets her own board, fresh 30. Second chance, Gear now to Tome. Back to Gear top of the key, and Red Raiders will reset. Thinks about dribbling in, but doesn't. Swings it for Tome. Tome will drive through, works baseline, now passes it over to Goodness. Up fake, drive through, runner no good. Gets it, and oh, nice save. Gear, layup no good, and she's over the line for 2.
Yeah, what hustle by Taryn Goodness that possession. Got 2 rebounds, great save to Gear, and now she'll go to the line.
Chelsea Korzaneski will pick up her second, team 4th. She's going to be first Blue Devil in foul trouble at the moment. Something to keep an eye on tonight with that short bench for Mynderse. Gear to the line. Her first, good. Didn't mention her in pregame really, but the 6th man pretty much for Palmac, David. She does a really fantastic job as a freshman.
Yeah, absolutely. She provides a nice spark off the bench and a very good scoring option.
She'll go 2 for 2 from the stripe. Palmac goes into their trap full court defense with the 2-point advantage, and there it is, poked away from behind. It was Gear, and Goodness will get it as May Verkey was bringing it up. Goodness running the offense this possession. Swings it for Bellinger, now back to Goodness. Goodness, I thought was maybe looking for a screen, but apparently not. She'll dump off the Tome, finds Gear at the free throw line. Elbow jumper, no good, and rebound Maddie Verkey.
Palmac's trying to get the ball that high block free throw area to break that 2-3 zone for Mynderse.
And nice job by Peyton Verkey to break the press, but layup no good. And Palmac comes the other way just as quick now. Bellinger goes to Goodness at the wing, and oh, nice little dump into Hodgins. Turnaround lane, no good. Second chance, power dribble up, no good. And she's sent to the line for 2 once again.
Palmac doing a great job using their size to get to the line and give themselves these opportunities. I believe 3rd time they've been to the line, Mynderse is yet to go.
So Peyton Verkey picks up the foul, her first, team's 5th. Palmac into the bonus with 2:07 to go. Hodgins 1 for 2 so far tonight. Releases the first on this trip and no good. Collect herself here for a second before taking her second attempt. And releases on its way, good. So 500 so far at the line tonight for Hodgins. 3-point advantage now for Palmac over Mynderse. And this is a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it lazy pass, but lazy catch. Palmac with the steal. Home with it. Cuts through, little runner from there, no good. Brought in Hodgins, she had to save it and intercepted Peyton Verkey. She'll go to Maddie Verkey. She'll bring it above half court now. Swings it back to Chelsea Korzaneski, dumps it in for Peyton, down on the block, out to McDermott, three-pointer on the way, bang! Lauren McDermott on the board for the first time tonight. Tied up 8 apiece with a minute and a half to go in the quarter. Gear running the offense, swings it for Bellinger. Takes her dribble, man-to-man. Now sells in actually 2-3 zone. Gear with it now. Her three-pointer, no good, rails around. Rebound by Peyton Verkey, brought down low, and we'll have a Palmac foul. Another Bellinger. Her first, team first of the quarter. And Georgia Worth comes in, she'll get Elise home. So full court pressure here. Sets up as a 2-2-1, but we know it sells into the trap for Palmac. Mynderse brings it up. McDermott with it. Now gets above half court and pass a bit. Aaron ends up in the hands of Maddie Verkey though. Cuts through, swings it for Korzaneski. Now skips it into the corner. Peyton Verkey's three on the way and in.
Mynderse doing a great job finding open shooters.
Peyton
it's Palmac defense.
Peyton Verkey with 8 of the Mynderse 11 to get the quarter going and the game going here. Worth with it, skip past the Bellinger, top of the key, Gear. Back to Worth and then back to Gear. Goodness with it, up fakes. Got 10 on the shot clock now for the Red Raiders. Comes into Hodgins, now passes out Gear. She'll take the three-pointer and answers back. Shelby Gear ties it up 11-all. No shot clock for the Blue Devils, 25 to go in the quarter. Peyton Verkey up to Lauren McDermott, able to break the press, and she'll travel there. Looked like the pivot foot dragged a little bit. Be Palmac welcoming her way. So we're able to have some offensive answers here. It's been primarily all defense. 11-all as the quarter winds down. Bellinger with it. Met there by Korzaneski in the 2-3 zone for Mynderse. Over to Worth, skip pass, into the corner, for goodness, they left her alone. She'll put it up, rattles around, no good. Rebound Hodgins, 2 seconds, her lay-in's gonna be good. And Hodgins with a de facto buzzer beater here to wrap up the first quarter, 13-11, Red Raider lead over the Blue Devils. We'll be right back on FairLakes1.com and the Palmac Athletics YouTube channel.
Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Order online at cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. DeSanto Propane. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Rosselli Northern, supporting local construction since 1929 with premium products and quality service.
Welcome back in here on FingerLakes1.com and the Palmac Athletics YouTube channel. Paul Russo and David Kremislowski here with you. David, 13-11, the Palmac advantage over Mynderse, but a little bit of an offensive push late in the quarter, I think, kind of overshadows maybe the primarily all defense we saw in the first really 7 minutes.
Yeah, a lot of defensive action. I think coming from Mynderse, we talked about they lost to Palmac by 25 the first time they played, and they are doing exactly what they need to keep this game close. They've hit a couple three-pointers, and they're making it tough for Palmac on the offensive end.
So Mynderse to start the quarter with the ball. Korzaneski, a bit of a rough pass there. It's over the intercepted, bringing it the other way. It's goodness. 2-on-2, she'll take it on her own though. Hodgins rebound, second chance opportunity, rattles out. Rebound by Mynderse, and we'll have a foul the other way. And Taryn Goodness with the foul. Her first, team's first on the quarter. So kind of like what we saw to get the game going. Palmac won't be in full court pressure, at least on this possession. Settle into man-to-man defense. Korzaneski brings it up, met by Goodness. Swings it for Peyton Verkey. Lauren McDermott with it now on the wing. Goes out, finds Danielle McDermott, her sister, the freshman, drives through, layup blocked by Worth. Here comes Goodness the other way. We're receiving it from Hodgins, the rebounder. Into the corner for Bellinger. Drives baseline, up kicks it for Goodness, and we'll have a foul. And then we'll get Danielle McDermott with the foul. Her first, team's first on the quarter. Taryn, 2 points so far in the game tonight. First trip to the line for her. First on the way and no good. And rims out.
Yeah, we already talked about it, but Palmac doing a great job getting to the line. As you said, that could be a problem for Minders. They have a short lineup available tonight.
Yeah, only 6 players available. Zoe Palladino checked out earlier after getting hurt. Goodness connects on that one. She's still on the bench, but Myers has had the same 5 out here for the better part of a whole quarter now, 8 total game minutes. Korzaneski with it, man-to-man by Palmac again this possession. Goodness on her, tips it. She'll have to pick up the dribble and kicks it May Verke into a cutting McDermott. And more McDermott gets on the board, her 5th point on the night. Palmac gonna waste no time, but now they'll slow up and get the offense set. Worth with it, skip past to Bellinger, now into Hodgins. Hodgins working on Maddie Verke, a little turnaround's good.
Hodgins getting a lot of opportunities from that same place down low every time.
Chelsea Korzaneski running point once again this possession. Dribbles through, and now trying to find some help. Skip past McDermott, intercepted Georgia Worth. Worth one-on-one, laying no good. And they're going to rule it on the floor anyway, as Danielle McDermott's going to charge with the foul. So it'll be Danielle McDermott's team second. On the floor underneath. Minders from Moat will avoid a potential buckets there by Palmac. Inbound goes to Worth. She'll put up the runner, no good. Ball tipped around and rebound by Gear. Out to Hodgins, second chance. She'll put up a jumper, banks off, no good. And Korzaneski brings it down with the rebound. Verke to Verke, now to Lauren McDermott. She has it. Pull up 3-pointer on the way. No good long, and rebound Hodgins. Minders took a quick possession there. Down 3 here. Gear running point for the Red Raiders. Swings it for Worth. Now to Bellinger in the corner. And uses a screen. She'll take the 3-pointer. Oh, good look. Rims out, but second chance. Goodness. Gear with it now. Takes a dribble. Now into Hodgins. Hodgins power dribble. A little baby hook. Rolls in. Mariana Hodgins with her 8th point on the night. Pushes the Red Raider lead to 5. Peyton Verke for Chelsea Korzaneski now. Man-man Red Raider defense. Now to Danielle McDermott. Peyton Verke met by Hodgins. So a bit of a mismatch somewhere going around, and we're going to have a travel called on Verke. Substitution coming in. Tome gets Gear.
And Minders just can't afford those unforced errors if they want to get the win tonight.
And we'll have our first true stoppage of play here as Coach Verke takes a timeout from Minders. And there will be a full timeout for the Blue Devils. This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from the following sponsors. Generations Bank has been serving the financial needs of the Finger Lakes region since 1870. Generations combines the best of modern banking with dedication to our local communities. Whether you're looking for a checking account, CDs, a home improvement loan, you name it, we have what you need. We are committed to serving and giving back to our communities. Visit us at mygenbank.com. Generations Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. And Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. You can check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com. Paul Russo, David Tomaslavsky here with you courtside in Palmac. Red Raiders up 18-13, David, and we had a little bit more offense to say to get this quarter going than last quarter, but I'd still say the name of the game has been defense so far as both teams break the huddle.
Yeah, absolutely. Really nice defensive showing for Palmac early in the second quarter. I think definitely more concerted effort to get the ball down low. Minders hasn't really shown that they can stop it, so I think Palmac's going to keep going there until it's stopped.
Goodness with it after taking it from Tome, and she'll get it back to Bellinger. Back to home, reset top the key. Minders 2-3 zone once again. Hodgins checked out, by the way, on the timeout in for Aaliyah D'Amato. Bellinger with it, now top the key for Tome. Back to Worth. They only have 5 on the shot clock now. Tome will take that 3-pointer. They need to get up, and Bank is in. How about that?
Tough break for Minders. Really good defensive possession. Tome just banked in a really toughly contested 3-pointer.
Biggest lead of the ball game here once again. Red Raiders up 8 on the Blue Devils. Korzaneski with it. Met by Goodness. Man-to-man defense there, and she leaves it stolen by Worth. She'll swing it up and intercepted. Peyton Verkey intended target was Goodness. So here come the Blue Devils with numbers. Peyton Verkey, three-pointer, and it's in. Peyton Verkey, 11 points on the night. Her first bucket of the quarter, cuts the lead back to 5. Tome with it, swings it for Bellinger now, and then resets to Tome. 2-3 again for the Blue Devils zone defense. Finds Bellinger back, Tome reset. To Goodness now. Guard by Korzaneski in the zone. She'll cut through, skips it over for Bellinger. Corner Worth, 10 on the shot clock for Palmack. Back to Worth now. She'll take the long distance corner three, no good long. Rebound tipped around and brought in Maddie Verkey. Blue Devils come up quickly, don't quite have numbers, so she'll pull back and reset. Kicks it for Peyton, her three-pointer no good, and rebound Bellinger. Worth with it now the other way. And she'll swing for Tome, and the Red Raiders will set up their offense. Goodness with it now. Mynderse still in the 2-3 zone. Bellinger now to Tome. Oh, nice little spin fake. Launches a floater, no good short, and rebound brought in Lauren McDermott. And now we're going to see a little bit of full court, and now not anymore, as Red Raiders will fall back into man-to-man. Korzaneski to Lauren McDermott. Ball initially poked there by Tomer, tried, swings it for sister Danielle, saves it, skip pass to Peyton. All about taking the three, instead goes to the cutting Korzaneski, and one! Big three-point spot here potentially for Mynderse. And the foul going against Taryn Goodness. That'll be her second, team second on the quarter, as Hodgins will check in and Bellinger will check out. Korzaneski to the line for the first time tonight. Mynderse' first trip to the line, in fact, and her free throw no good. Rebound Hodgins. Goodness bringing it up court. Met by Korzaneski in the 2-3 zone. Swings it for Tome. Looking for help, finds it in the cutting Worth to D'Amato. Three-pointer on the way there, no good long, and rebound initially kind of grabbed in there by Goodness, but poked and stolen by Lauren McDermott, and another unforced error. She just lost control of it, as we'll have two Red Raider substitutes coming in. Gear and Bellinger get Worth and Goodness. .249 to go here in the half. Tome will go to Gear, back underway. Gear back to Tome. Mynderse still in the 2-3 zone. Tome will now just take some dribbles here, try to find some help, and gets it to Bellinger. 15 on the shot clock. Hands off for Gear now. Gonna use a screen, no, instead hands it off for Hodgins. A little dribble handoff stuff going on here. 5 on the shot clock now. Gear corner three-pointer, no good long. And coming away with it, Peyton Verkey takes a dribble, now trapped in the corner, and finds Maddie Verkey, and we'll have a Blue Devil timeout.
It looked like a little bit of a motion offense from Palmack there, but they weren't able to get the ball to the middle or down low, and Mynderse was able to come away with a huge stop.
So the Blue Devils will take a 30-second timeout. Sure you stick with us here on FingerLakes1.com and Palmack Athletics for the San Jose Propane halftime report. Break down everything so far from the first half. Take a look at what else is going around the Finger Lakes, Win Finger Lakes for games tonight. Nice little full stack. You always enjoy that from the distance of afar. First horn goes. And Palmack will break the huddle first. Be Bellinger, Gear, Tome, D'Amato, and Hodgins. So same 5 coming out for them. Then for Mynderse, it'll just still be the Verkeys, the McDermotts, and Chelsea Korzaneski. Palladino still remains out on the bench for the time being. So Mynderse inbounding here with Lauren McDermott. Goes to Peyton Verkey. Palmack in their full court pressure. McDermott goes to Peyton Verkey. She'll drive through right side. Little floater from the baseline. Rolls in and good. 13 for Peyton Verkey, the team and game leader right now on the stat sheet. As the Red Raider lead goes from 8-1 in a matter of a few game minutes here. D'Amato into Gear, now finds Tome wide open, wing 3, no good. Rebound, Maddie Verkey. So here comes Mynderse. She'll go to Peyton now, and she'll bring it up. Chased down there by Hodgins, she'll dump it off to Korzaneski. Minute and a half to go here in the first half. Mynderse looking to get their first lead of the game potentially. And a 10 to the line will be Danielle McDermott. Elise Tome gets dinged with the foul. Her first, team's third, as Georgia Worth checks back in. She'll get 3 at the motto. Karen Goodness comes in for Elise Tome as well.
Yeah, with just a minute and a half left in the half, this could be a chance for a huge momentum swing in favor of Mynders. And we know going into half, huge chance to gain momentum for his side. And 7-0, still 7-0 run for Mynders at the moment. That's huge for them.
So McDermott misses the first. Blue Devils as a team, this is only their second trip so far to the line. 0 for 2 so far. McDermott's second, no good as well, but Peyton Verkey gets the rebound, second chance for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, what a game Peyton Verkey's having.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything to keep Mynders in this.
Danielle McDermott with it now, trying to find some help. Finds it in Lauren McDermott, her sister, now back out for Korzaneski. She'll take a three-pointer, no good long. Ball tipped around and brought in by Georgia Worth. Gear brings up, finds Hodgins kind of on her own layup, no good, and rebound Verkey. We got a minute to go in the second quarter.
I think Hodgins on that ball a little earlier, and then when she got it, eventually she's just in an awkward position for a layup.
Peyton Verkey will take a 3 of her own and travel. So another travel violation on the Blue Devils. Be Palmack ball coming the other way with 50 seconds flat to go.
I mean, for as good as a game as Mynders has been playing, we've seen a couple unforced errors which have limited their scoring output.
Yeah, really probably should be, I mean, I don't want to speculate, right? But it could even be, like you said, probably 3 points up on them even, you know?
Yeah.
Even the stuff at the line, 0 for 3 so far there, so free throws matter. I'll say it right now. Worth with it. Palmack, 20-second shot to game clock differential here at this point, 15 on that. Worth with it, goes to Goodness on the free throw line, ball tipped from behind, and ends up back in the hands of Worth, so she'll take the three-pointer short, but second chance, Bellinger laying on the way, no good, and will remain Blue Devil ball. 23.4 to go. And Coach Harris will take a timeout, and he'll take his 30-second use it or lose it on the half.
Palmack doing a great job on the offensive boards. Multiple possessions, which they've hustled for the rebound, and now, as in this possession, they're going to have another chance.
This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from the following sponsor, DeSanto Propane. DeSanto Propane, 4 generations strong, is a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. You can go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more information or call them toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. And happy to report, halftime report come up presented by DeSanto Propane as well in about 23.4 seconds. So both teams break their huddles after both horns. Palmack, Goodness, Bellinger, Worth, Hodgins, and Gear. Mynders, their same 5. McDermott, Verkey, Korzaneski. Inbounder will be Bellinger. From the baseline, she'll go to Gear near the top of the key, call it the wing. Corner for Goodness, her shot was blocked, tipped by Korzaneski. And here comes Lauren McDermott the other way, 15 on the clock. No shot clock for the Blue Devils, and the pass goes wide. And right there's another one of those errors, David, that you were talking about, and it'll be Palmack ball with 10.1.
Yeah, I think McDermott just kind of rushed that pass. I saw some players telling her to slow it down for that last shot. She was going fast, though, and then just put it right between 2 players.
Gear with it now. Palmack will take the last shot. 4, 3, finds Goodness, takes it back to Bellinger, and they're not going to be able to get a shot off. Maybe they did actually, and it banks home! A three-pointer by Julia Bellinger at the buzzer.
What an insane shot there. You can see Coach Verkey doesn't think got off in time. Unfortunately, no, at the high school level, no replay. Very close.
It's crazy close. So going into halftime, it's going to be a 4-point advantage for the Red Raiders. We'll be right back on FingerLakes1.com, the Palmack Athletics channel. Don't go anywhere. We got the DeSanto Propane halftime report coming up in just a few moments.
This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine in, take-out, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Dr. Jeffrey Halstead, DMD. Dr. Jeffrey Halstead has been Cananegua's hometown dentist for more than 35 years, offering routine dental care as well as cosmetic dentistry, implants, and dentures by their highly trained and experienced staff. Visit them online at CananeguaDentistry.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram. DeSanto Propane. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Generations Bank. Generations Bank has been serving the financial needs of the Finger Lakes region since 1870.
Generations combines the best of modern banking with the dedication to our local communities.
Whether you are looking for a checking account, CDs, a home improvement loan, you name it, we have what you need. We are committed to serving and giving back to our communities. Visit us at mygenbank.com. Littlejohn and Barbie Orthodontics. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com. And Rosselli Northern. Rosselli Northern supports upstate New York construction with over 400 employees, 250 trucks, 9 ready-mix plants, 4 blacktop plants, 100 plus pieces of heavy equipment, and 40 aggregate mines. But their most important number is your bottom line. Contact Rosselli today at 315-433-5115 and see why Rosselli Northern has been the choice for contractors and project managers since 1929.
Welcome back here on FingerLakes1.com and the Palmac Athletics YouTube channel. Welcome into the DeSanto Propane Halftime Report. Paul Russo and David Primuslavsky here with you. David, it's been quite the interesting half. We had what I would call primarily a lot of defense, but certainly as this game has gone on, the offenses on both sides have kind of gotten the traction going a little bit and ended with Julia Bellinger's banked buzzer beater there to close out the half.
Yeah, absolutely. Palmac, their press has done a very good job speeding the game up, getting some turnovers off Mynderse, which they've been able then to convert many of them. And Palmac is leading, but Mynderse went on a nice little run there, middle of the second quarter, to cut an 8-point lead down to 1 before he said the incredible buzzer beater from Julia Bellinger. And something I just want to look at is Palmac. They're doing a great job just pounding the rock down low, using their size, and they've gone to the line a lot. Mynderse didn't reach the free throw line until I believe midway through the second quarter, and in this close of a game, free throws are going to matter.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things to hone in on here. If you're just joining us, one of the things to keep an eye on here is Mynderse depth right now. They only had 6 active players tonight. Sophie Palladino started the game. It's been out since about 1 minute into the first quarter due to an eye injury, it looks like, and she's remained on the bench but hasn't checked back in. So Myers has remained with the same 5 out there between the McDermotts, the Verkes, and Korzaneski. Palmac been able to, like you said, David, get to the line pretty often. Now, to be fair, they only had 1 trip in the second quarter, but first quarter you saw Mynderse kind of get into a little bit of foul trouble there early. Obviously able to calm that a little bit there in the second quarter and remain things close. You know, we mentioned a little bit, Mynderse could have even found themselves in the lead at certain spots even.
Yeah, just some unforced errors for Mynderse. But their defense has come up huge a few times to prevent Palmac from pulling away in instances when they could have. We talked about, I believe it was 21-13 Palmac about midway through the second quarter. Mynderse went on a really nice run and could have actually taken the lead if they could make their free throws, which we talk about free throws in close game are going to matter. But they are Mynderse with their shallow depth. They're doing a really good job keeping this a game.
Yeah, let's do a quick scoring breakdown here. Palmac 24, Mynderse 20. We'll begin with the leading Red Raiders. Mariana Hodgins leading the way for them with 8. 5 points for Shelby Gear, 3 points apiece for Elise Tome and Taryn Goodness, and then 2 points for Georgia Worth. So balanced attack so far from Palmac, and your leading scorer, Mariana Hodgins. We're used to saying probably Taryn Goodness more so the past couple games. Mariana certainly making her presence known down low on the block.
Yeah, and something that's going to be tough for Coach Verke is, as you talked about, very balanced scoring, no one player to key in on defensively, right? If you stop Mariana Hodgins down low, then you got Julia Ballinger or Taryn Goodness up top to hit a three-pointer. So it's going to be really tough for Minders to stop this Palmac attack.
For Minders, Peyton Verke, the leading scorer for them, and in the game, 13 for her, 5 for Lauren McDermott, and 2 for Chelsea Korzaneski, your 3 scores for the Blue Devils. Peyton Verke, big shots from beyond the arc so far tonight, has had 3 of them, and a big reason why Minders is still in this game.
Yeah, we talked about she was one of the players who had to come up big for Minders. Their last game versus Waterloo, she was their leading scorer, and she's looking to have another big game tonight.
So Minders breaks the locker room first here, about 3.5 left to go in halftime. Let's take a quick look around the Wayne Finger Lakes tonight and the games going on elsewhere. We begin in the Finger Lakes West on the boys' side of things. Bloomfield down in red jacket. HAC's at South Seneca Romulus. Naples at Dundee Bradford. The reverse of this game, Palmac at Minders, and then Wayne is at Marcus Whitman. Waterloo is at Mid-Lakes. Geneva at Newark. Canandaigua's at Penn Yan. A little non-league action there. And our non-league action is Genesee Valley Belfast is at Honeoye. Girls' side of things, Victor at Penfield, Canandaigua at Webster Thomas. Penn Yan is at Wayne. The score of that at the end of the third quarter, 38-34, Penn Yan up over the Eagles. North Rose Wolcott's at Geneva. And then ourselves here in Palmac as the Red Raiders now break their locker room as well. Upcoming broadcast here on FingerLakes1.com. We'll be down over in Lyons for Geneva at Lions Boys on Monday night. Looking forward to that one, a non-league game that saw Geneva pull out the win back in December. And then we'll be back here Friday night next week, a week from tonight, as Mid-Lakes and Palmac, the boys, get to action. We're looking forward to that. I know we haven't seen the boys of either team on our end there, but I know for you guys, the Red Raider boys team, still solid, keeping things going there. And I know the Mid-Lakes as well, they actually have a lot of high-scoring players on that team, so I'm really looking forward to that one. But now for David, for you guys, why don't you give the folks where people can find you and what events you'll be broadcasting here in the next few days.
Yeah, we'll be back next week with 3 live events. First on the 22nd, the girls varsity team will be back with a match against Greece Arcadia. They already played them once and got a win, so should be a good game. Next day on the 23rd, the sectional champions wrestling team will have a match against Fairport. That will be senior night, so make sure to tune in. And then next Friday, we'll be back with you for the boys basketball game versus Mid-Lakes. Should be a good one. They already faced off once. Mid-Lakes looking to cause some trouble, though, pull off the upset.
Yeah, I know for them, the main player that I'm looking forward to seeing anyways, Kyle Kumke. I know we joked about on the Upstate Hoops podcast, says over-under for 29.5, it seems like. So we're looking forward to that. I know much like the girls' side of things here, Palmac, the boys, their defense kind of holding strong as per usual. So it'll be a really awesome matchup to see there. But we have more business to attend to here tonight. David, what's a couple things maybe for each team here to kind of focus in on for the second half?
Yeah, for Minders, you just got to find a way to stop, I think, Palmac down low. We know they can shoot, but if you want any chance of winning, you need to make Palmac shoot. You can't give them easy layups or trips to the free throw line. If you're Palmac, I think you got to keep the press up. They've done a very good job speeding Minders up. They did a few sloppy mistakes early, but Palmac has fixed it, and it's really working for them. And then for Minders, they just got to shoot the ball. A lot of threes they'll need if they want any chance of taking down Palmac, and they've done a fairly decent job of that so far.
So Palmac will begin the second half with the ball up 4. As we'll wind down the halftime clock here, and that will conclude our DeSanto Propane halftime show. Here on FingerLakes1.com and the Palmac Athletics YouTube channel. So appreciate everybody tuning in once again here on this Friday night. Winter settles in here across the Finger Lakes. Before, by the way, a little bit of a warm-up again next week, so this vicious cycle continues. I think we're on, what, 4th winter at this point, give or take? Or so it feels like, anyway. I know my sinuses just want some stability.
Yeah, so upstate New York will get you.
Yeah. Live and die by it. So the 5 reminders will be May Verke, Lauren McDermott, Peyton Verke, Danielle McDermott, and Chelsea Korzaneski. For Palmac, it will be the starting 5 of Bellinger, Goodness, Hodgins, Tome, Worth. So we're underway once again. Goodness with it. Again, the second half. Reminders in that 2-3 zone. I'm guessing we're probably not going to see them stray too far away from that at this point. Tome down into Hodgins. Back top of the key, a little too high for Bellinger to handle. She'll corral though with 15 on the shot clock. cutting through goodness, laying no good, tipped around, and she'll end up with it, and they're going to call it jump ball. Okay.
Yeah, Coach Harris doesn't agree with that. Looked like Goodness may have ripped it away, but huge break for Mynderse.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick whistle on that one. Definitely agree with you there. So Mynderse try and break, and they do initially the full court press. Paul Mack will fall into man-to-man. McDermott to McDermott. Connection there between the sisters, between each other. Hands off. Korzaneski will take a three, and it's in. Chelsea Korzaneski's first three of the night gives the Blue Devils a deficit of 1 now once again. Worth with it, takes a dribble. She'll answer back of her own, but no good. And goodness, though, second chance opportunity. Bellinger with it, cuts through. She'll take a floater runner, no good, and Peyton Verkey rebound. Here come the Blue Devils. They're going to move quickly on this possession. Or McDermott back to Korzaneski. Paul Mack falls into man-to-man half-court defense again on this possession. May Verkey with it now, cuts through to the corner for Peyton. She'll take a three of her own, no good long, and second chance, so Danielle McDermott gets it. And out of bounds, stepped on the sideline. Be Paul Mack ball coming the other way. Signature Paul Mack double teams, I suppose, on defense there coming out. So here comes Paul Mack as Mynderse falls into, like I said, 2-3. They're probably going to do that for the sake of stamina more than anything else at this point. Probably won't see them very too far away from that the rest of the way. Worth with it, swings it for goodness. Takes her dribbles. Skip pass over to Tome in the corner. Work baseline, launch a floater, and rebound by Peyton Verkey. So here comes Mynderse back the other way, looking to possibly get the lead. Tries to dump it in, and Danielle McDermott finds it, no good, and rebound by Hodgins. And here come the Red Raiders on offense as Mynderse kind of fell into full court pressure of their own, I think inadvertently. Tome with it, swings it for goodness. Goodness now, skip pass to Bellinger, corner three-pointer on the way and in. Julia Bellinger picks up right where she left off. Last bucket of the first half, first bucket of the second half for Paul Mack as Mynderse able to break the full court pressure from Paul Mack. Korzaneski with it, up fakes, now drives through the lane, left alone until on the block, and she'll head to the line for two. And look at least Tome with the foul, her second, team's first on the half, or quarter rather. Always good when the other sport kind of creeps in there and you say it on air. Korzaneski's first is good. Mynderse makes their first free throw of the night on their third trip. Korzaneski now 1 for 2 from the stripe. Second on the way, and rattles out no good, and rebound Hodgins. Mynderse once again will leave a point on the board there. Paul Mack coming up now with goodness. To Worth now in the corner, she'll work baseline. Oh, nice little find to Hodgins, no good on her lap, and rebound by Maddie Verkey. So a lot of the gimmies here for both teams being left on the floor to start the third quarter. Or McDermott will go ahead and she'll do a de facto coast to coast, but no good there either.
Yeah, these gimmies that they're missing might prove vital. There's an unforced turnover.
Yeah, pass intent for goodness from Worth, just a bit too far in front. So Mynderse will try and chop the lead down once again here.
Yeah, whichever team can really clean up their play is a chance to maybe pull away here in the third quarter.
It's always the little stuff that always makes the difference. Of course, Danielle McDermott finds a cutting Peyton Verkey on baseline. Left alone in the corner, she'll take the three, and it's in, and we have a tied ball game. Peyton Verkey, 16 on the night, her first 3 points of the half.
And Mynderse just shooting the lights out here in the third quarter. Now they've tied it up.
Paul Mack with it now, Bellinger has it, rips through and stolen Danielle McDermott, and we'll have a jump ball, and remain Red Raider ball. No fresh shot clock for them because they had possession, so 15 on the clock for them.
Mynderse definitely playing some really inspired basketball here, trying to pull off the upset.
Bellinger the inbounder, she'll go up top to Tome. Swings it for goodness, now Bellinger corner. Thought about taking the three, she had it if she really wanted it. Skips up to Tome, she'll drive through, finally on the shot clock, but stolen away and picked up by Korzaneski. And Mynderse here going to be looking for their first lead of the game. Skips over to Peyton Verkey. Guard by Mariana Hodgins in the man-to-man. Again, a little mismatch going on there. The Mynderse doesn't really have a advantageous person to really, I guess, have Mariana guard. Skips Maddie Verkey. She has the lane. She'll take the floater, and it's in. And Mynderse with the lead on Maddie Verkey's first bucket of the night. Ballinger with it to Worth. Here's a screen, skips over Tome. Launches a three of her own, no good long, and rebound Peyton Verkey. Ball poked from behind, and we'll have a foul. Ballinger collects her second personal, team second on the quarter.
Palmac has gotten some looks. They're just not falling here this third quarter. And their offense has been really stagnant everywhere else.
Full court pressure here, not as in your face as we've seen in the first half, and Mynderse able to break it. Korzaneski drives through and blocked. Good defense there by Worth. She'll push now with the numbers, 4-on-2 pretty much. Tome will take the three-pointer, no good, and rebound Danielle McDermott. And she'll dump off to the relief valve of Korzaneski, and she'll bring it up. Up to Peyton Verkey now in the wing. Drives through and hands it off for Maddie Verkey. She'll drive through now, pass it off. McDermott, wide open three-pointer, good! Danielle McDermott, three-pointer from her, and Coach Verkey will take a timeout.
This Mynderse offense just looks so free-flowing, and they've created a lot of really good opportunities. They've outscored Palmac 12-3 here in this third quarter.
And a huge spot from Mynderse too. Obviously with the short bench today, same five on the floor for the better part now of a quarter and a half, pushing over that. They find themselves with a 5-point lead. Slide presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from the following sponsors: Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. And Dr. Jeffrey Halstead has been Canandaigua hometown dentist for more than 35 years, offering routine dental care as well as cosmetic dentistry, implants, and dentures by their highly trained and experienced staff. You can visit them online at CanandaiguaDentistry.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram. All right, David, I think this is our first game together. I always ask people this: pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I'm not really pineapple on pizza guy, no.
The disappointment. Absolutely brutal. Do a little ham, a little pineapple, spice up a little bit, throw a little jalapeno on there. Oh, can't beat it. So both teams break the huddle. Mynderse same five as before. Palmac same five as well for them.
I think if you're Palmac, you want to get back to your basics, which helped you, tear apart the zone early in the first half, driving, penetrating, getting the ball to the high post where Mariana Hodgins is right now.
And they'll go right to her. Kinds finds herself in a bit of a double team. No good on the baby hook. And rebound Maddie Verkey. Here comes the full court pressure for Palmac, and now it's going to ease off because they'll fall back into a kind of a de facto zone at this point. Korzaneski, three on the way and in! Chelsea Korzaneski having a third quarter, 7 points for her in the third. Worth with it, swings it to goodness. As Mynderse finds himself with an 8-point lead, tied for biggest of the game. Into Hodgins, little baby hook, no good. She's heading to the line though for two. As Peyton Verkey collects the foul. Her second, team first on the half.
Mynderse just absolutely shooting the lights out here in the third quarter. Palmac hasn't found any way to stop it yet.
Shelby Gear checks in the game, first time this half for her. Tome checks out. Hodgins back to the line for the first time since the first quarter, 2 for 4 on the night for number 24. First down the way, no good. Now Palmac trying to find a point here to get the lead cut to 7. Second on the way from Hodgins, no good short, and rebound by Lauren McDermott. Hands off for Korzaneski, and Palmac falls back into a half-court defense. Haven't seen a ton of that full-court pressure in the second half from Palmac, as Mynderse has been able to now adjust and work on offense there. Peyton Verkey through, no good on the lay-in. Here comes your way, chased by Verkey, up to goodness. Doesn't quite have the numbers, so Palmac will reset. Ballinger top the key to goodness in the corner. Works baseline, little floater from her, no good. Second chance though coming. Gear with it, her three-pointer no good short. Third chance Hodgins, she has it and we'll have a jump ball. And Mynderse ball coming the other way now.
Yeah, you're Coach Harris. Maybe he thinks that it wasn't a jump ball. Hodgins looked like she had her arm, grabbed, but ref didn't have a great angle, and from his angle, probably looked like a jump ball.
Yeah, neither of them really did have it. As Mynderse able to break the full court pressure and blocked. Hodgins with it. It will remain Blue Devil ball. Korzaneski got a layup up, but sent packing by Hodgins. Korzaneski, the inbounder, trying to find some help, and she'll, oh boy, sketchy pass there, and it's going to not work out as Palmack has it, but bad pass and stolen away by the Blue Devils. Now McDermott with the steal, and so will Korzaneski, and now Mynderse comes back to work on offense. And we'll have a foul, illegal screen, or no, not illegal screen, we're calling it arm clear out by Korzaneski. Her third personal, team second on the half.
Tough break for Mynderse, kind of soft call there. The ref probably saw enough arm action.
Yeah, so Mynderse in that 2-3 zone again. Here they go into Hodgins now in the corner. Goodness, three-pointer on the way from her and in.
What a nice play from Ariana Hodgins. Posted up, got two defenders on her, then drove and found open Goodness.
Goodness' first bucket of the third quarter. Cuts the lead to 5. Korzaneski to McDermott. Thought about taking a long distance challenge of Caitlin Clark maybe. Picks up the dribble, finds the cutting Maddie Verke. Back to Lauren McDermott. She'll take the three-pointer there, no good short. And Georgia Worth will just let it roll out of bounds. Palmack ball coming our way, under a minute to go in the third quarter. Here running point for the Red Raiders on this possession. Has it, swings it for Worth. Bob driving, she'll go top the key to Hodgins now. Skip past Goodness. Second verse, same as this first? No, but gets her own rebound. Met by McDermott. Jump ball, and will remain Palmack ball. 43.5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Fresh 30 for the Red Raiders. So 13.5 between shot and game clock here. Inbounder Bellinger on the baseline. Trying to find some help, searches for it, and she'll dump it off for Hodgins. Dumps it out for Gear, top of the key, no good on her three, and rebound Korzaneski. She'll dribble out of it. And here come the Blue Devils the other way with 32 seconds now. 24 on the shot clock here, about a 6-second differential. Verke picks up the dribble, dumps for McDermott, and they're going to call double dribble.
Looked like
I don't know about
deflection of some sort,
but I was saying if it's not a deflection, then it should be a foul.
Yeah, definitely some type of contact.
So here come the Red Raiders, no shot clock for them, 20 to go. Into Hodgins on the block, powers up, lane's good. Maria Hodges on the board for the first time since the first half. 3-point advantage now for Mynderse coming our way. 9 to go. Denver will take presumably the last shot here, or not. Peyton Verke wants as a three, no good long. Rebound tipped around, ends up in the hands of Hodgins. And Gear won't be able to get a shot up. And that will do it for the third quarter of action. We got a really good one on tap to finish up the game. Be right back here on FingerLakes1.com and the Palmack Athletics YouTube channel.
Dr. Jeffrey Halstead, DMD. Visit them online at KennedaguaDentistry.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram. Generations Bank. Generations Bank, serving our communities since 1870. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Little John and Barbie Orthodontics. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
Welcome back in here on FingerLakes1.com and the Palmack Athletics YouTube channel. Paul Russo and David Primoslawski here with you. It's been an entertaining third quarter, to say the least here. Kind of carried over a little bit from both benches, I'd say, as the quarter wound down and into the quarter break. So quite the fourth quarter on tap, I'd say, from the booth here.
Yeah, should be set for a good one. What a quarter by Mynderse, specifically Chelsea Korzaneski. They were just shooting the lights out, and they outscored Palmack, 15-8 there, and now they have a 3-point lead.
And the Blue Devils will begin the quarter with the ball for them. Same five, Verke, McDermott, Korzaneski, for Palmack, Goodness, Hodgins, Worth, Bellinger, and Gear. Underway here. Mynderse with that 3-point advantage. Peyton Verke with the point. Has the top of the key, she'll work left side of the lane, kind of left alone. And Worth's going to get their hair too late. Peyton's going to line. Worth picks up her first foul, team's first on the quarter. Peyton, first trip to the line tonight for her. Mynderse 1 for 2 in the half so far. Her first rolls off, no good.
That was a great play by Verke there. She noticed where all the action was and just went the opposite way, and no one was ready for it.
Verke with her second, no good off the bank, a rebound by Hodgins. So Mynderse once again leaving some points on the board. Gear has it, up to Goodness in the corner, up fakes and now drives through, hands off for Bellinger. Here's that Goodness, now to Gear. She's left alone, she'll take that three-pointer, no good long. Rebound Bellinger, second chance, no good. Third chance by Hodgins, no good either. And rebound Peyton Verke. Now she might be trapped, but find some help in Lauren McDermott. McDermott run point, instead will divvy off the duties Peyton Verke. Man-to-man defense from the Red Raiders. Korzaneski there, now to Peyton Verke, guarded by Worth. Top of key, Lauren McDermott, up fake, now drives through the lane, runner no good. I think she got a bit too deep on that one. Here comes Worth.
And good job by Pelmack not coming down on her arms and fouling.
Goodness drives through, but she'll travel first. And Mynderse with the ball coming back now the other way.
Pelmack's defense doing pretty well early on, but they're just leaving it wide open at the offensive end. They got to get some points.
Peyton Verke with the point on this one. Here's a screen, now trying to find help, and does with Korzaneski. Three-pointer from Chelsea on the way, no good, wrong, and she gets her own board. Now brought low, and we'll have a call, jump ball. Pelmack ball coming the other way. Bit of the cardinal sin of basketball there, bringing it low. Here brings it up for Pelmack on this possession. Swings it over for Bellinger, now to Worth in the corner. Fakes one-way skip pass now to Goodness. Picked up the draw. I think she was trying to find Worth, but didn't have the lane. Goes to Gear and dumps it back into Goodness, and foul on the floor. Now we get Maddie Verke with the foul. Her second. Team's first on the quarter. Fresh 30 on the shot clock for Pelmack. Bellinger, the inbounder, goes to Gear in the corner. She'll take a three-pointer, no good long, and rebound brought in by Peyton Verke. Hands it off for Korzaneski, and she'll take floor general duties this possession. Nobody meets her at the top key, now does with Hodgins, and she'll hand it off. Peyton Verke working on Goodness, ball on the ground, bodies on the ground, and good hustle points there by Hodgins. And Pelmack will take a timeout after securing the possession.
A really good heads-up play from Hodgins, seeing the ball near here, and she gets the extra possession for Pelmack, which will prove vital in this low-scoring game.
This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to support from the following sponsor. Roselli Northern supports upstate New York construction with over 400 employees, 250 trucks, 9 ready-mix plants, 4 blacktop plants, and 100-plus pieces of heavy equipment with 40 aggregate mines. But their most important number is your bottom line. Contact Roselli today at 315-433-5115 and see why Roselli Northern has been the choice for contractors and project managers since 1929. Paul Russo, David Stanislavski here with you courtside in Pelmack. Blue Devils remaining with that three-point lead they carried in from the third quarter, 35-32 with 6:01 to go in regulation. Do a quick update here on the timeout situation. Pelmack, all 4 full timeouts remain for them. For Mynderse, 2 fulls and a 30. I'm sure that will be big down the stretch here. Same 5 for Mynderse on the floor, same 5, or rather 4 and a switch off as Gear checked out and Tome in as she'll bring it up court for the Red Raiders. To Worth, uses a screen. Mynderse still in that 2-3 zone. Tome to Goodness. Now Goodness will bring it out. 10 on the shot clock for the Red Raiders. Out to Goodness out top the key, drives through, launches a floater, no good long. Rebound Hodgins, second chance, good, and 1. Mariana Hodgins heads to the line, and Maddie Verke collects her 3rd foul, team's 2nd.
What a huge play from Hodgins. She wanted the ball that whole possession. Mynderse did a pretty good job denying it, but she gets rewarded on that offensive rebound.
Hodgins with the first bucket of the 4th quarter, trying to get 3 the old-fashioned way and doesn't. Ball tipped around though, and Danielle McDermott comes away with it for Mynderse, and she's not able to get off in time. She walks, and Pelmack with the ball.
That's always tough, yeah, stopping full speed. Usually prone to drag that pivot foot. Unfortunate turnover for Mynderse.
So Paul Mack here looking to get their first lead since the beginning, really, of the second half. Worth uses the screen, trying to find some help, finds it in Bellinger on the opposite side. Dumps in now, back to Worth, pops back out. Tome has it, now corner. Goodness, 3 on the way and in! Taryn Goodness.
Yeah, what a shot there. Defender in her face, and she nails it.
So Paul Mack back with the lead for the first time since about a quarter ago, fully of game time here. Korzaneski running point for Mynderse, uses the screen, drives through, kind of left alone, and one though! Chelsea Korzaneski answers back.
Crazy circus shot. I think just some miscommunication from Paul Mack on the screen. Worth was a little bit behind.
Foul against Worth, her second, team second of the quarter. Korzaneski 9 total on the night, rattles out, no good, and rebound Hodgins. All right, rather 11 for Korzaneski after that lay-in. So tied up 37 all here, 4:45 to go. Goodness to Worth. Resets Goodness now to Tome. Mynderse still in the 2-3 zone. Hodgins out with the screen. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Goodness now to Bellinger in the corner. Back to Goodness. Skips it over for Tome. 4 now. They have to get a shot off. It will be Worth from the corner. No good long. Bellinger has to get it off and doesn't. We have a shot clock violation. And the Blue Devils coming back the other way with it.
Yeah, Mynderse defense, the second half has been absolutely great. That's a huge stop for them. Hear the crowd get into it.
Korzaneski running point once again for the Blue Devils this possession. Uses May Verke's screen. Paul Mack still in the man-to-man. Korzaneski just kind of launches it up there, and Hodgins comes down with it.
I'm not sure if she wanted to foul, but early in the shot clock seemed like a kind of forced shot there.
Most definitely. Here comes Paul Mack now looking to take the lead back. Bellinger down to Hodgins now. Spin move off, and we'll have a tie-up as her and Peyton Verke come together, and it'll be a Blue Devil ball. Korzaneski running point once again here. Now we've been locked in here for the past couple minutes of game time, all tied up. Or McDermott guarded by Hodgins. Some screens down low, try and find an open teammate and doesn't. Peyton Verke. Met by Taryn Goodness. Now picks up the dribble, looking for some help. 9 on the shot clock. Mynderse left it over quickly. Oh, McDermott way out, no good though. Kind of left alone. Oh, ball poked from behind. Korzaneski laying no good. And Hodgins finds Goodness. Goodness bring it up 4. She'll try and go coast to coast. Launches a lay-in, no good. And I think Maddie Verkes will pick up the foul and does, her 4th. Team 3rd. So it'll be something to keep an eye on now officially here with Maddie picking up her 4th, and the only player technically available on the bench is Sophie Palladino. Goodness launches her first and in. Goodness gives Paul Mack the lead back.
Just something to point out, that buzzer beater by Julie Bellinger might prove really vital here.
Yeah, most definitely. Goodness with her second now. Rolls in, Paul Mack 2-point lead, and Coach Harris will take a timeout. It will be a full timeout for the Red Raiders with 3:18 to go in regulation. We haven't had a free basketball game yet on our end so far this year, David, so maybe we'll get that tonight.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. These games like this, you ever really want to end, and the way some of these games have played out this year, I'm more than happy with having a game like this happen right now. So make sure you don't go anywhere, though, and whether it wraps up at the end of the 4th quarter or in overtime or maybe even 6 overtimes. You never quite know. That's right. I have to shout out what the pullover you got on, David. Jerry, stick around for our Little John Barbie Orthodox Small Stop postgame show. We have our Chino's Pizzeria and Restaurant player of the game over. That one for sure remains to be seen here. We have a couple really good candidates from both teams, but it all depends who ends up claiming the W as the clock strikes 0. So first horn goes off. Be Mynderse ball coming back the other way after Paul Mack made the free throws with Taryn Goodness. Goodness with 5 so far in the quarter and 11 on the night. So same 5 again for Mynderse out there. Palmac will have their same 5 as well. And Palmac, no full court pressure on this one. They'll fall back in man-to-man as Korzaneski will bring it up for the Blue Devils. Still no resistance quite yet. She's at the wing of the logo. Still trying to find some help. Does with Maddie Verke, 15 on the shot clock. Oh, pass low, but Korzaneski able to corral it. Swarmed there by Palmac in a 3-2 zone they fall into now. 5 on the shot clock. Pass intercepted by Hodgins. Hodgins brings it up. They don't quite have numbers, so she'll hand off for Goodness, and the Red Raiders will reset. Worth will launch a 3, and it's in. Georgia Worth. First points since the first quarter, her first 3, and that pushes the Palmac lead to 5.
Yeah, 3 couldn't have come in a better time for Georgia Worth to get back on the scoreboard.
3-2 zone again for the Red Raiders. Mynderse looking to get an answer on offense. Peyton Verke in the corner, gets it to Maddie. Weighing her options, hands off for Korzaneski, 10 on the shot clock, and we'll have a timeout by Coach Verke.
Yeah, that's a smart timeout. Mynderse was not prepared for the 2-3, and Palmac with that 3 is a lot of momentum now in the last 2:20.
And it will be a full timeout taken by the Blue Devils with 2:20 to go in the 4th. So in a matter of about the minute we've had since that last timeout, Palmac able to pull away here with the assistance from Georgia Worth, Taryn Goodness. Timeout situation here, a full out of 30 left for Mynderse, 3 fulls left for Palmac. Foul situation, the only one in really any true trouble is Maddie Verke. She has 4. 3 team fouls against Mynderse, 2 against Palmac, so nobody going to the line quite yet. With 2:20 to go, that will certainly be shifting as long as the game remains close. Imagine these halls are having what I would call similar conversations of sort, more or less. Nothing what I would call stupid fouls, you know. But probably more important for Mynderse here, definitely a set play, I would imagine, to get some sort of bucket. He'll take the 2 or 3 at this point, doesn't quite matter.
Yeah, absolutely. Just any points to prevent Palmac from pulling away early here. But yeah, that 2-3 put in by Coach Harris is a really good job. We'll see what Coach Verke drew up, though.
I even heard Coach Harris in the earshot there saying, don't foul. Here comes Mynderse, and of course that's his pass is tipped and intercepted by Goodness. Here comes Palmac, not with numbers, but she's able to find Tome. 3-pointer launch, rolls off, no good, and a rebound by Peyton Verke. Brought it down low, and Palmac will get charged with the foul. Georgia Worth, the offender, her 3rd, team's 3rd. So now we're de facto evened up here, team foul-wise going forward here, with just over 2 minutes to go in regulation.
It wasn't a bad look from Tome. With the score and time, you're getting to the point where you want to start taking a little bit off the shot clock if you can.
That zone again for Palmac, working a little bit of wonders. Lauren McDermott's 3, no good. May Verke, though, second chance. Gets out for Korzaneski, and we have a foul from behind. It'll be on the floor. They'll get at least Tome with the foul. Her 3rd, team 4th. Still be in true foul trouble exactly for Palmac, but you got a few with 3. Fresh 30 for Mynderse on the shot clock. Oh, pass into McDermott. She got forgot about. No good. She's sending the line, though. Julia Bellinger collects the foul. Her 3rd, and now team's 5th, so Mynderse will be heading to the line no matter what the rest of the way.
And McDermott was wide open. Probably smart foul by Bellinger to make her go earn the 2 points rather than the easy layup.
McDermott's had a bit of a quiet night on offense. 5 points all in the first half. Her first trip to the line, no good. First trip of the whole game for Lauren as well.
If you're Mynderse, at some point you probably got to think of a little bit of a full court press as the game winds down.
Yeah, and that's the tough part, right? Because you just don't have the bench. And no good on both attempts from McDermott, and rebound by Bellinger. She finds Tome, and yeah, Mynderse was in a little bit of a full court pressure there, but had to fall back in.
Yeah, with those missed free throws, we've talked about both teams leaving points on the board. Neither team shooting exceptionally well from the stripe, and that may haunt Mynderse.
Goodness with it, 10 on the shot clock. Palmac drain a little clock, finds Worth in the corner, 3-pointer in. Huge 3 by Georgia Worth.
A dagger from Worth. It's now 3 possession lead for Palmac.
8-point advantage. Maddie Verke in the corner, double teamed, and we'll have a foul. And that will be going against Elise Tome. Call her for a reach. Her 4th. Mynderse heading to the line. They're in the bonus. Maddie Verke, 2 points on the night. First trip to the line for the game for her coming up. First on the way, no good, right. Remains an 8-point advantage for the time being. Georgia Worth kind of back, and now Danielle McDermott will fall back to get her. Verke connects on that free throw, cuts the lead to 7 with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. Double teamed up in the corner. It's Tome, gets it to Worth, skip past to Bellinger, now to Hodgins in the corner. Hodgins drives through, laying no good. Second chance is low. And Mariana Hodgins able to connect on that. We're under a minute to go. Mynderse have to go quickly. Pass tipped away. My goodness, it will stay Blue Devil ball.
Yeah, Korzaneski just telegraphed that pass. Mynderse is fortunate they keep possession.
And it's tough, too, for her because she knows that they have to get moving with now 52 rather, 0.8 seconds to go as the ball has made a bit of a disappearing act underneath the bleachers. Korzaneski finds it and gets it to McDermott.
Yeah, if Mynderse can't pull off the comeback, they'll be thinking about their previous 2 possessions, 1 for 4 from the free throw line.
Yeah, they've only made 2 on the night so far. I don't quite have the attempt total, though, but it's one of those things where you leave the points like that on the board. You're certainly right, David. It's right there. Peyton Verke, three-pointer. Watch, oh, big three-pointer. Peyton Verke, and Coach Verke will call a timeout. It's going to be his last 32nd, with Mynderse now trailing by 6. Peyton Verke, big 3 there, first points of the quarter. 6 in the second half, gives her a game leading, I believe, 19.
Huge game from her just to keep Mynderse in it. And I assume Coach Verke's emphasizing that. The point Mynderse is at, you need a foul, but you don't have to do it right away. You can pressure a little bit.
No, definitely. This is going to be a pressure first and then dive in, as I would call it, after. The only player for them, really, that you know he can't foul is going to be Maddie Verke. She has the 4, so I wouldn't be surprised if Maddie actually might be that de facto spy kind of in the backcourt. Paul Mack will be inbounding the ball on the baseline. Mynderse, inadvertently was heading backwards. And
definitely not what Coach Verke wanted.
No. He's pleading with them to get up, and now they do. And now Coach Harris will take a timeout after seeing the defense Mynderse comes in. So a little cat and mouse. So be full timeout taken by Paul Mack. That's all they had left anyway. Situation there. Mynderse 1 timeout left. It's a full and then 2 fulls for Paul Mack. Even though at this point it doesn't really make quite the bit of difference. So 46.1 to go on the game clock. Paul Russo, David Premislavsky here with you. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Quite the contest we've had so far tonight. And still, to be fair, all to do, like I said, with 46.1.
Yeah, we talked about neither team shooting great from the free throw line, so no guarantee with Paul Mack at all.
Yeah, it'll be interesting here. I'm imagining Paul Mack, the name of the game will be drain clock as much as you can, even though Mynderse, like you said, David, it's still going to be the same play. I'm guessing pressure immediately and then foul if you're not able to get the ball off.
And Paul Mack's got to make sure they just don't force anything. I mean, you don't need to shoot the ball if you're Paul Mack, and you don't need a crazy long court pass. Just keep possession. They do the possession arrow, and then obviously 10 seconds to get the ball over half court. And from that point, the clock is on their side.
So Mynderse with the same 5 as usual on the court for them. Paul Mack, same 5 as well. The beauty for them, ball advances off of that timeout, so they have it in their own side of the floor in front of their own bench. Worth inbounding it. Just go to Bellinger, and now we're going to see, McDermott with the foul.
Nearly disaster.
Yeah.
Tough break for Mynderse.
Korzaneski was right there, and she pretty much was going to be KD bar to the door after an interception. So McDermott's first foul, team's 4th. Next foul will send Paul Mack to the line. Worth inbounding from literally in front of her own bench this time. And she'll go to Tome. Tome with it now, gets it to Worth, back to Tome, back to Worth. And Mynderse is going to end up forcing a turnover, errant pass. And Mynderse will have the ball coming the other way.
Yeah, mistakes that we talked about Paul Mack just cannot make. They're just leaving the door a little bit open for Mynderse.
So Korzaneski bring it up, 35 to go on the game clock. about 7-second differential shot to game. Korzaneski with it, gets into Maddie Verke in the corner. Palmack doing the best they can in this 3-2 zone, and pass tip. Peyton Verke's trying to find Danielle McDermott.
Great defense. No, I mean, Minders can take it too, but they're looking for the 3 to make it a 1-possession game. Just nothing was open there.
Post for a 6-second differential shot to game clock. 20 to go. Maddie Verke with it. They have to get a shot off. Pass tip. Ends up back in the hands of Peyton Verke. She'll take that 3-pointer. No good long. Ball tipped. These will come away with it. Peyton Verke again. Dribbles. Launches a 3-pointer again. Banks it home. Peyton Verke. And how about that with 9 seconds to go? Minders will have an opportunity as Coach Verke's will use his last timeout.
It took Minders a while, but eventually they got the look they wanted, and this is still very much a game with 9 seconds left.
Certainly, plenty to go here. So timeout situation, Minders says none left. Palmack with their 2 remaining. So unfortunately for Minders in this spot, I don't think you can really try and go for a steal here as much as you'd probably like to. It's going to be pretty much a foul right away. Minders with 14 fouls. Next foul will be their 5th, so Palmack will definitely will be heading to the line no matter what. Don't mind me, that's the fog kind of creeping in there. My brain is still getting adjusted to the whole foul rule still with now that we got the uniformity on both boys and girls side of things. So.
Yeah. A reminder, if Palmack hangs on to win, they open up a 2-game lead at the top of the Finger Lakes East. This is a big game. And if Minders ends up coming back, they're tied with Palmack.
I was saying, then you got the tiebreakers involved on all that, and what does it all to do with surprise? It feels weird saying this. Really, only about 2.5 weeks left. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
So both teams break the huddle. Palmack same 5, Minders same 5. Palmack inbounding from the baseline because it was a Minders timeout. I wonder if we'll see Coach Harris use a timeout again here. Yep, and he does, so they can advance the ball. I figured I wouldn't have been surprised if we saw that, and it came right to fruition.
Yeah, it's become a game of chess between the 2 coaches here the last minute or so with their timeouts and setting up their press breakers.
So Palmack will only have 1 timeout remaining here with 9 flat to go. Obviously, they're in the catbird seat, being up 3. Though, as you said, David, we've seen crazier things happen out on the floor. Obviously, we won't be seeing 13 from T-Mac here, obviously, in 9 seconds, but could certainly see an opportunity where Minders can send this to OT or even win it. Or
yeah, I mean, you never know. We've seen a few Caitlin Clark range 3s for Minders, so you never know.
And, you know, to be fair, Palmack knows how to launch them up, too, from that distance. They're not afraid to, so all I need to do, if the end of the first half is any indication, we're certainly in for another really good end of half here just with the game on the line. Minders breaks the huddle first. Same 5 as usual for them as it's been since about 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. No matter the outcome here, you have to give a lot of credit to this Minders team. Short bench tonight. Those girls are exhausted out there. It's been small ball for them pretty much all game, and the fact that they were able to get back in it, have the lead for a while, and find themselves on an opportunity to win it, pretty incredible.
Yeah, Coach Verke, a great game so far. We'll see if they can finish the job.
Worth the inbounder from just the side of her own bench, and she'll go to Goodness. Ooh, that was close. And now Minders will foul. It'll be Peyton Verke. A lot of time, though, drained off. 3.6 off the clock there, leaves with 5.4 to go. Peyton Verke collects the foul, her 3rd, team 5th, so both teams send to the line no matter what here.
Gotta assume just 1 from Goodness should do the job.
Yeah, in theory. Goodness will make the first, so that definitely makes it tough. Kind of puts some tough spots here as Coach Harris will clear up Palmack's rebounders.
Yeah, as long
Smart
as
move.
Palmack doesn't commit a stupid foul, they should be in the clear.
Goodness misses, rebound to Verke. She'll bring it up. Goodness is trying to stay away from her. Peyton will launch it up, and that will wrap it up. Your final, Palmack 48, Minders 44. What a game. Don't go away. We're here on FingerLakes1.com and the Palmack Athletics YouTube channel. We got our Little John and Barbie Orthodox Small South postgame show and our Cicino's Pizzeria Restaurant Player of the Game coming up shortly here. Don't go anywhere.
Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Order online at cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. DeSanto Propane. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Rosselli Northern, supporting local construction since 1929 with premium products and quality service. Dr. Jeffrey Halstead, DMD. Visit them online at CanandaiguaDentistry.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram. Generations Bank. Generations Bank, serving our communities since 1870. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Little John and Barbie Orthodontics. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
Welcome back in here on FairLakes1.com and the Palmac Athletics YouTube channel. Your final Palmac 48 and Mynderse 44. Welcome into the Little John Barbie Orthodox style post-game show with Paul Russo and David Kremlislavsky. We're joined by our Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant player of the game, Mariana Hodgins. Mariana, great game.
Thank you.
All right, so Mariana, coming into the game, big matchup, top of the Finger Lakes East. What was Coach Harris telling you guys?
Mainly just to play defense. That's his key thing. So playing defense is really important to our team. We thrive off of our defense, and we haven't been playing great defense the past few games, so he was just really stressing playing our best game on defense, on the defensive end.
Now for you guys, you jumped out to a quick lead, ends up Mynderse having a really short bench tonight. They pretty much had the same five out there the whole game. And one thing that we noticed anyway was on offense, you kind of became what I would call the focal point, obviously, as Mynderse had to play a little bit of small ball. Was that something that Coach Harris at that point really set up for you guys in the first quarter to make sure that was kind of like the plan on offense?
Kind of, but he also stresses in practice sharing the ball. So whoever's having an on night, like he set my teammate Georgia up on one of our plays to shoot the ball, and she knocked down a couple really clutch threes at the end there.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I really enjoy watching your team do is the fact that really it's kind of a team effort that sure, there's some stuff you see in the stat book, but really it's the stuff off the stat book even that really kind of makes the difference. So for you, you had 16 on the night. Really good game for you, as once again, as usual. Down the stretch when Mynderse took the lead in the third quarter, you guys had to come back. What was kind of the message from Coach Harris at that point? Because as you mentioned, it's been a little bit of a rougher maybe game stretch, even though you've come out on the other end successful each time.
Coach was just saying to really emphasize our defense once again, because that's how we win games. On the offensive end, he was telling us to share the ball and to keep moving, because at one point our offense got really stagnant and nobody was really moving. So he just wanted to stress getting the ball moving, and that's how we can beat a good zone like Mynderse.
All right, Mariana, I think we'll get you out there on that one. Congratulations again on a great game for you and a great win. Good luck the rest of the way. We'll be seeing you plenty down the stretch.
Thank you.
All right, Hodgins, our Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant player of the game. David Kremlislavsky and Paul Russo here with you. David, really great game for us here once again. And for Palmac, able to now get about that arm's length advantage in the standings that I'm sure they're looking for to move forward here.
Yeah, thank you. Should be a really nice end of the season run here for both Palmac and Mynderse, looking to improve their sectional standings.
So, Palmac, like I said, big victory for them. Let's go through a quick scoring breakdown for them. Begin with them anyway. Maria Hodgins leading the way for them with 14. I apologize, I said 16. I can't count every now and then. It becomes a little bit difficult. 12 for Taryn Goodness, 8 for Georgia Worth, 6 for Julia Bellinger, 5 for Shelby Gear, and 3 for Elise Tome. Mynderse, game high, 22 for Peyton Verkey. Really came back alive there in the fourth quarter after having a really great first half. 11 for Chelsea Korzaneski, 5 for Lauren McDermott, and 3 apiece for Danielle McDermott and Maddie Verkey. So for Mynderse, they have a little bit of a split schedule coming up between road and home. Back at on the 23rd at Clyde Savannah, then home against Wayne at Lyons, and then home against Penn Yan. For Palmac, one more home game and then a bit of a road warrior stretch for them. Home against Greece, Arcadia, and Olympia, then at Midlakes, at Wayne, and at Greece Athena Odyssey. So some big games coming up specifically because they're on the road, and it's always tough no matter level to go out on the road and get some wins. So, once again here for Finger Lakes 1, we'll be back at it next Monday. Geneva at Lions boys. We'll be heading up to the community center there for that. Mid-Lakes at Palmac here next Friday. Looking forward to joining you guys back up here for that one. And, of course, our Upstate Hoops podcast, 2 p.m. on Monday. David, quick rundown again of where you guys will what your schedule looks like for broadcast.
Yep, next week we'll have the girls' home game versus Greece Arcadia. Following day, we'll have senior night for our wrestling team, and then on Friday, like I said, we'll join you for the boys' home matchup against Mid-Lakes.
All right, David, been a pleasure. Really fun getting in the booth with you and calling this game.
Yeah, thank you. I was glad to do it.
All righty. So for David Premislavsky and everybody here at Palmac Athletics and everyone back at FingerLakes1.com, I'm Paul Russo. Your final once again, Palmac 48, Minders 44. Tune in again next time we're on there. Until then, stay safe and have fun, everybody. We'll talk again next week.